Here at Wannabe Critic Productions, we try our very best to embrace new ideas of sorts. So, for today's review, we're going to be trying something just a little bit different. Welcome, all fellow wannabes. Welcome to my channel. I am Gabriel Fast. I do claim to be the Wannabe Critic. Today I have a very special review. There's this band called Decay. I've talked about them before. I reviewed their first single, which was called Comfortable, and I loved it so much that I reached out to the band and I said, hey, and also I reached out to the producer and I said, hey, I would love to review this, in wannabe fashion. Could I get an early copy for review? And they were more than, willing to send it over for review, and I just wanted to say that I really appreciate you sending me that copy. And I'm just going to kind of spoil the review a little bit. I enjoyed this album so much that after I listened to it, I ordered the vinyl and even asked if they would send me the vinyl in advance so that I could show you all how cool the vinyl is. So I do in fact have it right here, and I thought I would get into it a little bit before the actual review starts. As you can see, we got a pretty cool orange palette going on. I like the white in the middle. I like the way everything looks. As I take it out of its sleeve, this one's got a little bit of surprise for it. Of course, I couldn't just order the regular edition. I had to get the special edition, you know what I mean? Which the special edition also just so happens to be black and orange. So this is a really dope vinyl. It's one of my favorite vinyls that I own, and obviously if I bought it on vinyl, they didn't give me the vinyl, they just sent it to me early. So obviously if I bought the vinyl, that must mean that I really, really like the album. So let's get into the review. Staring at the Sun by Decay is their debut record. Yes, Decay has put out an EP in the past and, some other work. I think they've done some collaborations at times with other bands, but this is their first real album. It's kind of a delicate thing whenever you put out a debut album because it can either be awesome or it can just absolutely be garbage, or, it just kind of gets lost in the ether a little bit and no one really knows about it or cares about it. This record just so happens to be probably one of the best debut records I've ever heard, ever. Decay has found a way to deliver a sense of clarity amongst a genre of music in the alternative scene where there's mostly dizzying, rowdy, and just kind of noisy, messages being pushed to the forefront. They found a way to kind of bridge the gap and push for some clarity into the genre. There are rowdy songs on this record. There are, more fast-paced songs, but not very many. Honestly, whenever those songs do kind of take the spotlight, you're always looking kind of for those more clear moments where they're really trying to deliver that big crescendo of clarity. As I've said before, I feel like that's the best word to really use. And they really deliver in ways that I haven't really seen in a long time with really any band. It's really interesting because when I listened to this record the first time, it does say on Apple Music this is a post-hardcore band. I didn't really get that until a little bit, about after 5 or 6 listens in, I was like, okay, I see it now. I see kind of those post-hardcore influences kind of coming to the forefront and really kind of being able to deliver a really personal message, which to me, and I interpret as everyone has a little bit of insecurity. Everyone has, a little bit of a past or, a heartbreak that they've had to endure in their life. And really, how do you wrestle with that? And I think that's kind of the message that Decay has tried to kind of push to the forefront is it's okay to realize that those things are there, whatever they may be. And, it's okay to be at peace with those things. I feel like very rarely do we ever see bands deliver a message in such a way where it's like, I understand what the band is trying to say. Even if I can't necessarily understand every single lyric that's being said, it still hits in a way that is just familiar. And I was completely shocked that this was their first ever full-length album that they had ever put out. Now, that being said, I definitely do think that Decay's debut album can stand up against the likes of bands like Have Mercy, Basement, Citizen, things like that. They definitely have made their mark and solidified a place in that style of music. That being said, I feel like there have been influences kind of drawn, and the emulation is obviously evident with this particular record, and that doesn't make them a rip-off artist or whatever. I think you're influenced by the things you love, and if I were in their shoes and had the ability to do what they're doing, I would definitely probably be making a very similar type of music. And that's not to say that there's any originality lacking. I think that while the band does definitely adhere more to those styles of music. They definitely bring new things to the forefront and really deliver a lot of emotion in ways that you didn't really expect, and that I certainly didn't expect as well. I don't think there's actually really a bad song on this record, to be honest with you. I feel like for the most part, every song has a consistent way about it. It's very concise. It delivers an emotion and it delivers a message. I think all the songs are good. There are songs that I like less than other songs. For the most part, I think it's a really good record, and I think it's a really good length for a debut record, and the overall themes are still there through the entire thing, but you still get that sense of what the band is trying to sell you and what they're trying to get you to feel. It's there the entire time, and somehow mixing, you know, elements of some of the harder post-hardcore scenes as well as more emotional things. It delivers a really overall good experience and a very, very impressive debut record. It's hard for me to pick a couple of key tracks because I like the entire thing, so just out of respect for that, I'm going to say you need to listen to this entire thing because it's all a key track. As far as a score goes, not only do I think that this is probably one of the best alternative albums I've heard this year, it's one of the best alternative albums I've heard, period, especially for a debut, and it has been in my rotation ever since Fox Recordings sent me a copy of it, and it might even be my favorite record I've heard so far this year. So as far as the score goes, I'm gonna go a 9 out of 10. I think it's an incredible experience. I think it's definitely worth your time. I was not expecting this whenever it got, you know, plopped on my desk basically, and I think Decay really has something here, and I hope that they continue doing more of these things in the future because they've really caught onto something here. So if you're listening to this, then, you know, either the record is out or is about to come out. What did you think of the record? What are your favorite songs? What were you feeling? Were you kind of feeling the same things that I was feeling as you were listening? I would love to know. Let's talk about it in the comment section below. It would be amazing. If you like what you've seen here and you want to see more reviews like this, stick around, or you can just subscribe and check out all the reviews that I have in the old feed there, and you can do your thing. Obviously, if you do decide to subscribe, make sure you hit the bell so you can be notified every single time I upload a video. You wouldn't want to miss one, and I would definitely appreciate the support. If you want to see what other projects I've been working on, you can go to wannabecritic.com. We got a bunch of stuff over there that I think might suit your fancy if you like opinions on things. Well, that's going to wrap it up for me here. I appreciate the time. Again, thank you so much to Decay for putting out a banger record, and also Decay and Fox Recordings for sending me my vinyl and a copy of the album early for a review. It really means a lot, and it was an absolute blast to listen to this the past couple of months. So thank you so much again, and thank you for preparing yourselves for a plethora of hot takes and potentially unpopular opinions. I'm Gabriel Fast. I will always be the wannabe critic.